Hello everyone and welcome. First, if you want to make a cat that has the body colored and the face white, and if you have a double colored sheet of paper, you need to start with the colored side up. Otherwise, if you want the face colored and the white body, you have to start with the white side facing up. So let's start by folding diagonally. Just one side. We're gonna keep it folded. Take the paper like this and take the right side and fold it up like this. Turn the paper over and repeat the step on this side. Notice that now we have to take the left side, of course, because the image is mirrored after we turn the paper over. Now do the same thing on the other side, but after we crease, we unfold this last step. And we repeat it on the other side. At this point, we take this edge and fold it up to this point. We crease and then we unfold. Now we're gonna make a fold that starts here and goes up to here. The fastest way to do that is to take the paper, fold it up like this, find the point where this crease starts and pinch the paper with your finger. Now scroll the paper up and down until you reach the start of this crease. Once you have everything aligned, you can crease the paper. Unfold this last step and we reverse fold this last fold we made. So we take the paper like this, we open in the inside, and this creases will just be inverted. After you do that, you close the paper back and adjust the paper if needed. Let's focus on this side now, because we're going to take this flap, open it up a little bit so that we can close the paper on this crease. We're going to fold it down the whole crease, and then we're gonna close this flap on the crease we already have here, and then just flatten the paper down. Turn the model over and repeat on this side. Take the paper in the starting position like this, and what we're gonna do now is to open a little bit over here because we have to pull out the paper that we have here. Pull it out, and then we're gonna make a diamond shape over here. So as you can see, we have this crease. We have to close the paper on that crease and then flatten down the whole diamond. Turn the model over and repeat it on this side as well. Now turn the model over again, and we're gonna make a crease that starts from here and goes up here and makes a 90 degrees angle over here. How are we gonna do that? We just have to fold the paper down like this on the crease crossing. Pinch the paper where the creases are crossing, and scroll the paper up until this side matches this side. After you have everything aligned, you can trace a crease that starts from the middle and goes up to the right. Unfold, and then this crease is going to be inverted as well as this crease. So we take the paper, we open it, and we just push down the paper on that crease. We are gonna fold the paper just on the crease we already have. So this side and this side of the paper will be untouched. Close the paper, and to flatten this area we have to take this crease and fold it back up. But notice that we have to also align this side with this side and make a pointy edge over here. Like this. Turn the model over and repeat the step on this side. After you've done that, take the paper on the starting position and let's make the face. So take this flap and fold it to the left on this crease, but pinch the paper here because this side and this side should be aligned, should be still aligned with each other. Like this. And you can see that we have two flaps on the inside here. One flap goes to the right and one flap goes to the left. Be careful when you do this because the left flap can also not follow the pre-existing crease. So help it follow that crease. Now, we're ready to flatten this area after we open this side over here of the paper. You should be able to tuck your finger in it, and when you do that, you have to push the paper that's underneath in order to make a curve like this. When you have done that, you can push the paper down, but notice that this edge here should be aligned with this central line over here. So carefully open everything up. And you can also hear or feel the paper making a little bit of dirt underneath this area. Don't worry, we're not gonna see it, so it's fine. So at this point we have to take this flap, fold it on this crease we already have, and do the same thing with this big triangle. But we're gonna take this triangle in this position and open over here. in order to flat the paper like this. Notice that this line should be aligned with this line, so be careful with that. After you have everything aligned, you can also pull the paper down a little bit if you have to, and crease. At this point we have to make a petal fold, so let's take this side of the paper and fold it up to the center. And unfold and do the same thing on the other side as well. Now take this flap and fold it up, and the fold should make a crease that starts here and goes up to here, where the diagonal folds start. When you do that, you can see that the paper is gonna fold itself on the creases we already have. We just have to make a little bit of adjustment on the bottom, because it's not making a bisector over here. The paper is folding here. We have to adjust the paper in order to make it like this. But after you have aligned that on both sides, you can help the rest of the paper close on the creases. You can also see that maybe sometimes the paper will not align perfectly on this side. Just close the paper for a second over here and adjust the paper to hide the white area. Then fold it back up. We need it in this position, and close the paper here and this flap as well. Now we have the tail. We're gonna make some adjustment, but not now. Focus on this. We're gonna just make a vertical fold over here and go a little bit further than the area of the paper that's hidden underneath the paper, like this. When you have that, hide this flap underneath. And repeat the step on the other side. Now take this angle and fold it down diagonally like this. This is all made by eyesight. You don't take measures, you just use your eyes. Of course, after you've done that, you hide this side of the paper as well. And of course, you repeat it on this side. And then you do the same thing on this angle, but you do a different kind of crease. This is longer than taller, as you can see. When you have that, of course, hide it behind the paper, like the other ones, and repeat behind. At this point you have the body almost fully completed. But now we're gonna focus on the face first. So take this and fold it up, following the center this much. And then fold it back down a little bit to make the nose. Then take this side of the paper here and pull it out a little bit, because what we have to do now is to make a fold that starts here and goes up to here. So I'll show you. So as you can see, the fold goes over this crease. And after you've done that, close back this fold just a little bit, because actually we're gonna roll the paper out to prolong this side of the paper. But we're gonna make it uneven, so this side of the paper will be untouched, but this side of the paper will be prolonged. So roll the paper. Let's say about this much. About, you know, where the crease here, the fold, stops. Repeat the step on this side. Of course, roll the paper out this side, on this side as well. And the paper now should not be able to be flattened back again. And that's what we're supposed to do here. Now, after you've done this, take the paper in this position, and we're gonna take this edge and fold it down. I'll show you how. We're gonna make a bisector over here, so this makes an edge. And here you can go down as far as you can. So as soon as the paper is not letting you to go further. Now take this side and repeat the step. So fold it down at the same height. And it makes an edge on the center, like this. Now, if you don't want this to be shown, you can also do like in this project and fold them back on the other side, so they're hidden down behind the paper. Now let's shape the eyes, and this is the hardest part in my opinion in this origami, because the technique used to do that is, if you're new, kind of tricky. You just have to pinch the paper. Let me show you. You have to pinch the paper in order to make a fold like this, but it's not as easy as you can see. Sometimes it's tricky. Also, do this, and when you reach about this height, pinch the paper diagonally down like this, so that when you're done with the face, you can do this and make the fur pop out. to make it cuter. Repeat the step on the other side. Try to make the eyes even. And you can see that if you take the nose and fold it in the middle and push up, the eyes will try to close themselves better, so you can mark the folds on the eyes better. You can also, if you don't like this whole squared folds, you can just take your fingers and push out the folds to make them a little bit rough, less rough. And you can also round them if you want. You can help your fingers. You can use your fingers to help this process. And here, yes, you pop out the paper here, but try not to make it this pointy. So use your finger to make it a little bit rounder, like this. And you're done with the face now. What we're gonna do now is the tail. For the tail, we take just one flap first, and you make it like this. You make a round shape, folding in the inside. And you do that until you reach the center of the tail. I got a little bit further, but it doesn't matter. Like this. It starts from behind the paper and goes up to the middle. You do the same thing on this side. This might be a little bit tricky if you never did that. So take your time. And with the rest of the tail, so from here where the curve stops up to the end, you shape the tail as you want. I like to shape it rounded down like this, and then with the edge I round it upwards like this. But you can also do your own shape. You can shape it whatever you want, however you want. But I like it like this, so I'll leave it like this. Last thing to do is to do the legs, the bottom legs, and we have to make an horizontal fold that starts about here. Sometimes it's kind of in the middle of this area. Vertical fold, I'm sorry, and goes up to the crease. Fastest way to do that is just to take the whole paper and fold it. Help me! When you unfold, you have this flap, this crease. In order to make the legs, you have to have this crease like as a mountain fold. So I'm gonna make it a mountain fold. Both sides. Now you have to just make a zigzag fold that starts from this fold. So take the paper and just overlap it on itself like this. Try not to fold too much. We have to to leave this round shape over here, and also we just need this fold to make it a little bit tridimensional. because actually we're gonna open it up a little bit just to make this shape over here, like this. We're not just flatten the paper down. We'll leave it like this, and also we repeat it on the other side. Be careful on the other side, because the paper now has a lot of this kind of folds, and sometimes it's harder to do it on the other side. And when you're done, the origami is done. If you don't like the paper, the face facing this this direction, you can also let it face on this direction, on the front, whatever you want. So, I hope you like it. The origami is done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.